Hi everyone, it's 23rd July, I'm out in the garden. It's cooled down a bit, it's been really hot this afternoon, so I'm out here with my tortoise Kain, giving a bit of lettuce. So for those who've been asking, yeah, he's fine. Hungry as ever, grumpy as ever. So he's doing fine. So I'll leave him be with this lettuce before he starts chewing away at my fingers or ramming into my leg like he does sometimes. Well, he tries to anyway. So I shall leave him be with that, and he can carry on with that, and I'm going to have a look around the garden. Right, we'll start off with these. They're coming near the end now. These are my mum's sweet peas. I've not been cutting many flowers off them. That's why they've, kind of gone to pods, and they're not producing many more flowers because there's absolutely stacks of pods. So there'll be more seeds to give away next year. I might do it at the end of this year. I don't know. But there'll be plenty of them, as you say. These are 6-foot panels, and they're out. So I posted a picture on the end of one of my previous vids. As you can imagine, it's a lovely sight when they're all in bloom. So where do we start? I don't know when the last video in the garden was. It's a while ago. But took a little tray of just some baby leaf stuff there. I've been doing a couple of jobs earlier on until I realised it was a bit too hot, and some the Aquil's broccoli there. Got some little bit of cauliflower in there. It's looking a bit worse for wear because it's just been so hot. So they've only been potted on today. I've actually got myself a new audio recorder which arrived this afternoon, so fingers crossed it's working alright. Over here we have another tray of mixed lettuce, some spinach and some other sort of what's it called, fancy frills. I think it's a Thompson and Morgan seed variety. Just some stuff to pick at. Strawberry plants down here, just sort of running off now into individual ones. I think the variety is flamenco, or it could be vibrant. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Lilies have all finished now. Just beds are full of petunias. And then I've got my clematis, which absolutely stacked with purple flowers. Not sure the variety. What the name of the plant is. Just a clematis or a clematis. It's probably about 4 or 5 year old now. I just keep hacking it back and then pulling it along like the bottom bit, and then it just sprouts up through the year and then grows like that. I could carry on a bit further if I wanted to. Oh, down the garden we shall go. Oh, some of the strawberry plants here. Cactus, the Burbank spineless, which I grow for Kain, which he doesn't like. But he's going to have to like it because it does him good. A couple of raspberries that need to find a home somewhere. These are some Duke of York. They're sort of a bit haggard. They're just ready. They've been ready a while then. I think that's some orla I've put in a pot to try and grow as a first early, or maybe seed potatoes for next year. So in the polytunnel we shall go. Things have grown a bit since you were last in here, because now they're the gardener's delight have hit the top. So I've simply pinched out the growing tip, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll find something, but you have to keep bearing in mind, obviously, suckers will come. And that's your sucker there. Don't know if you can see this, but in this case, just take it out. So you haven't got a sucker there anymore. Do we start off like quite small, like that there. You just get rid of it. It's not needed. So some of the leaves are getting a bit scorched up the top, up there. Well, plenty of tomatoes forming. There's plenty of little ones at the top. A few started to seem a little bit later to ripen than normal, but they were planted a bit later. I don't know, you can see there's some sun gold there. There's a gardener's delight. I've just spotted some nice red ones at the back there. Let's try and get around it. There's not a lot of room in here. So yeah, I like gardener's delight. They give nice, try and get a leaf out of the way, nice long trusses of sort of small tomatoes, but not tiny. And these end up absolutely hanging in them. You can like triple trusses and all sorts. No signs of anything bad. I had a few little like caterpillary type things having a nibble. Telltale sign is holes, and you get like little, don't know if I can get this leaf out here. Bear with me a sec. Right, you can have little drop-ins. That's the telltale sign, and there is the culprit there. I don't know if you can see him. It's just there. So I'll just dispatch of him. Little pinch does the trick. What have we got in this little thing that's growing? That was a pepper plant that got gnawed to nothing by slugs, and it's sprouted with tiny peppers on. It needs to go in a bigger pot really. Some leftover lettuce from God knows how long ago. I've actually got round to sowing some basil as well. Now these are San Marzano at the back end here. They're just like a plum tomato. I had a couple on this one with blossom emerald, so I've given them a bit of a calcium and magnesium feed. Hopefully that'll put a stop to that. But they're obviously a bit shorter because they tend to be quite late to harvest them. A couple of money makers, you know, with tomatoes. So there's plenty of tomatoes growing, you know, varied in height. This one's probably like 5 foot on this side, and the one back end is probably 6. So there's plenty of tomatoes. They're probably one of them years where they're just going to all ripen at once. So I've just been giving them a water, so I'll start easing off on the watering soon, I think, and start taking some foliage off from the bottom. Try and get them forced into ripening up. You can see in there another sucker growing. I'll just simply grab it and bend it one way, bend the other, and take it out. You know, because that's just another plant really. So that's the polytunnel. Everything's okay in there. Then we'll go up here, compost heap. Plenty of pea pods on it, because that one half a boring job podding all them peas. Carrot box. Don't know what these are going to be like. These are the big long ones. They have been struggling. The sweet candle have taken a real hit. They've been eaten and all sorts, which we'll have a look at now while we're up here. We've got some, I think that's a swift, a later planted one, see how that goes, and in there's a single charlotte in that 12-litre pot. But I've had ants and snails and all sorts, so it's a bit of a sorry state this. So you see that's a big bloody ant thing there. No, I just don't want much of them. There's just stacks of them. One thing I've had this year is ants, a lot of problem with ants. We'll look at all that other bed in a minute. Under here, they are Cauliflower and January King. They're desperate to go up to the plot. They're in 1-litre pots, and they're going to start suffering, and I need to get them in for at least a good 4 or 5 weeks growth to form ahead. Then we'll come on to the Cauli onions, which are looking a bit worse for wear. There's a few decent ones. They've still got a little bit of time yet, but they're not really the biggest by far. You know, but it's a bit of a lump. So I half expect, you know, probably 3 or 4 pounders and that. And they're spring greens, springing to flower and all sorts. Kain just doesn't seem to be eating them enough this year. He's on the grass, which is what he should be eating really more of, so I don't mind. I'll just pick some of them. There's a nice little heart there actually, so there's still some eating in there. And Kain's not too fussy. Here's some leftover sweet corn plants. And down amongst them are some courgettes, just the green ones, because I planted the yellow ones. I don't know where you can see, but let's take the camera down in there. See down there's a courgette, nothing humongous, thank God. Just climb my way out of there. Yeah, so the sweet corn is swift, and the courgettes are easy pick green. Some pepper plants. I actually bought these pepper plants this year when they were tiny. They were covered in bugs and that, but they seem to have been alright. And get a few peppers on them, like. Just waiting for them to. It's supposed to be yellow pepper. You know, that's just going to take time to get to that. So these two, not much room. I need to start getting some off, but there's stacks. I mean, a decent one there. You know, it's a good sized bell pepper. Take it off, give a chance for the other ones to grow. And we've got the cucumbers at the back, the fem spot. Slide these peppers out of the way a little bit. which I've got an onion plant that's going to seed there, but it just keeps failing, so I'm not holding much hope for that one this year. So fem spot F1, so you don't have to mess about picking male flowers off. I think last time you saw these were when I was planting them in here. So I'm in the 5, that one's probably 6 foot over there, so they're not far off the top. I've been nipping the little side bits out to save a second plant growing, which is you get a little cucumber and then you'll get like a side shoot of the plant there trying to grow, so I've just been nipping them off. Otherwise you end up a bit chaotic. So, as I say, they start to form lower down. Still got another week or something to plump up, and then I'm going to try and take them small, because if you have them too big, the ones above it are struggling, but they're absolutely hanging with cucumbers. You know, that one at the end there, there's get some foliage out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably 12 cucumbers on that one, just on its own. So there's got to be a big influx of cucumbers. The leftover French climbing beans are actually doing better here than they were at the plot. There's a bit of, you know, leaf problem here going on that's died back, that's snapped off, but apart from that, this one's like probably 7 foot up. You know, it's producing beans. So maybe not all's lost. I'll get a crop off them. But same, they took a bit of time to grab on. The King Edward spuds, there's 12 pots there, and it's been a nightmare. I can get to water these front ones easy enough, but trying to get in the back row, I have to poke a hole through and pour it, and they're all starting to collapse everywhere now. But there'll be potatoes forming in these. Nothing of any size yet, I don't think, but there's bound to be something. Yeah, you can see there. But that's a little tiny spud there, and there's one that's not as tiny there, to be honest. So I'll just hope the blight stays away and see how they go. So carrots, I can't remember the name of these at all, these ones. I've never grown them before. They're a bit patchy. This has been full of ants and stuff this year. So I need to sort a decent carrot bed out and get some soil and sand mixed up and manure it lower down at the bottom and let it age. But, they're not massive carrots. I didn't grow them as massive carrots, but I'll see if I can pull one out. But you know, it's a nice little carrot. No root fly or holes or anything. I'll just make sure I fill the hole back in, because obviously there's other carrots down there and the smell will be coming out. The root fly will pick up on that, which we don't want a load of holy carrots with maggots in. Just put that down here. And got some Mazzeo lettuce. So all I do with this to harvest it is I just go around like the bottoms here. You just grab out what you need. You know, when you twist them off, absolutely stacks of lettuce like that. I mean, I picked these last week and they just keep going back. They're not going to seed yet. Same with that. That's just a romaine lettuce that I got from, I think it's Frankie seeds, from Seeds of Italy. I've been using them to cut and come again. You know, I've taken the centre row out because they want much room, so just got them. Keep pulling the out ones off. A little bit of tip burn on them. All in all, there's enough lettuce here. I've got some icebergs, a row of iceberg there as well, which we shall go and have a look at. Because I know iceberg can be one for tip burn. These are the Musselburgh leeks. They need a little bit of weeding, but there's not enough there to get stuck in yet. Just one down there. And a couple of stinging nettles, I'll have to get them out. But yeah, you see there's a bit of burn going on in there. After that, they're just starting to sort of head up so far. Well, you can have these, you can take the outer leaves and have these as cut them up again if you want. Spring onions, this is another batch. I've still got some of the other ones from the allotment left. Probably another week, 2 weeks, start picking them. I think that's about it from the garden. You know, there's not much more to go over, but there's plenty growing here. So it's not a big garden. I've probably got, oh, well, I think that bed is 9 foot by 14, and then these 3 beds, I've got 2 4x8s and then a 3x8, and that's just a 4 foot square over there. So I haven't got that much growing area, and the greenhouse is 5 foot by 3 foot. So I get quite a bit. I could get more, you know, but it's quite rammed. Obviously that bed's not growing anything at the moment. I'm just using it to protect them from butterflies and that for now, but they have to go to the plot soon. I might take them up this week and rip out any of my broccoli and the cauliflower. I'll have a little clip at the end of this that I filmed the other night. I went to look at the cauli and I harvested one. So I don't know what it sounds like, but I'll put it at the end of the video because I need to go back and get the rest, but they just weren't quite ready yet. So I'll attach that to the end of this and you can see that. I think that's about it. So there's Kain having a wander. So as he wanders over, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again next time. See you now. I'm just going to harvest one of these cauliflower because the rest aren't ready yet. There's still no audio recording device, so you have to persevere with this. So it's just a quick reel for one cauli. So there's your cauliflower. So yeah, take some of the greens off. Slugs have been having a party by the looks of it. I don't leave this one any longer because it might blow. Variety's Clapton. So there's your cauli. Not a massive curd, but it's big enough. So as you can see, there's a slug hiding in it there, getting out. But, yeah, not too bad. Happy with that. So I'll just do with the rest of them, and another 12 in there. So that's it for the cauliflower so far anyway.